Hi, my name is Nico. This is my first video resume, so bear with me. I'm a trained and experienced project manager with more than 30 years of experience in setting up and managing projects related to health, agriculture, water and sanitation, construction and education on 4 continents. Over all these years, I've worked for Doctors Without Borders, Danida, Save the Children and many other organizations and in many different countries and with people having a variety of cultures and beliefs. Each one of these organizations have different objectives and goals. Some are in health, other agriculture. One organization I work for manufactured energy-saving stoves and drilled boreholes in order to supply clean water. Some have a large budget, and with others I had to work with a very small budget. Some projects were easier than others. You can imagine that working, for example, in Afghanistan was not easy. Because of these different objectives and circumstances, my role was equally different each time I started a new project. It is what makes being a project manager interesting. 30 years of project management experience is a long time, and therefore I cannot show you all of my past activities. I'll mention a few here. On behalf of Foundation Mama Watoto, I did the research, wrote the proposal, the budget and did the fundraising for an educational project aimed at vulnerable teenagers in Teso district in Uganda. We managed to give vocational training to 80 young street children. The training included agricultural skills, sewing, primary health education. Each student received, after successful completion of training, a starter kit. Since the local community appreciated our work, farmers in the area asked us for our assistance. So for the same Foundation Mama Watoto, I did the research, the calculations and writing for a plan initiated by these farmers. The plan was to buy oxen and retrain the farmers in plowing the land with these oxen. The farmers organized themselves in groups and together they took care of the animals. One thing led to another and the question was raised on how to increase food security. Since there was no money, I had to do the fundraising and somehow managed to get the funding. At the time I was working in the area, a disaster struck in a mountainous region of Uganda. A huge landslide caused death and destruction in a region called Bududa. I immediately sent a team to the area to do a needs assessment. With their findings, I was able to make my calculations, write project proposal and thanks to my contacts, succeeded in getting the funds. We managed to assist the local authorities in alleviating the immediate suffering of many people. I would be lying if I were to tell you that all these projects were successful and that I was the only one responsible for its success. I remember that the projects in Afghanistan and in Congo, for example, were a failure, but that was because we were attacked. And although I like to plan ahead, you cannot foresee everything. In general, yes, most projects were completed successfully, mostly on time and within budget. I like to think that at least my part contributed to the successful ending of these projects. As I have mentioned earlier, I've worked in a variety of fields, yet I'm not a doctor, a water and sanitation expert, nor have I knowledge of agriculture. Yet I did my role as a project manager in all these different sectors and for a very long period of time. What I'm good at is bringing people with skills and knowledge in their respective fields together. Let them do their work, connect all these activities and processes together, and my role then onwards is keeping an overview of progress, cost, and the many other related activities to keep a project running. Maybe you're wondering, but this guy is not a doctor, how can he manage a health project? Of course you can, if you have a health project, hire a doctor as a project manager. However, doctors are very good at treating patients. Often less good at budgeting or knowing when to order supplies or submit a finance report. Well, I can go on, but you get the point. Well, this is the end of my first video resume. I hope you liked it. So take care of yourself and each other. Goodbye.